Into the mid-40s by early tomorrow morning under clear skies. We'll see a slight warm-up, but we are also tracking perhaps the first frost. I'll have that forecast and more coming up. Your news starts right now.
Enough of the emails. Let's talk about the real issues facing America.
A bit of unity and a bit of division as Democratic candidates square off in Las Vegas. Highlights from their first debate for president. Plus, reaction from Central Illinois, what people are saying about the 5 candidates squaring off for the first time. And that's where we begin tonight, in Las Vegas, Nevada, where the 5 Democratic candidates are trying to grab your attention and get your vote. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Cicchini. Maria Chandler has the night off. 4 competitors trying to gain ground on frontrunner Hillary Clinton. CBS's Danielle Nottingham is live in Las Vegas.
Frontrunner Hillary Clinton couldn't escape the email scandal dogging her campaign. She apologized again, but then turned to the issues.
But tonight, I want to talk not about my emails, but about what the American people want from the next president of the United States.
Let me say this.
And her closest challenger, Senator Bernie Sanders, agreed.
Enough of the emails. Let's talk about the real issues facing America.
But Clinton separated herself from Sanders, first on his self-labeled democratic socialism.
We would be making a grave mistake to turn our backs on what built the greatest middle class in the history of the world.
Senator Sanders, you can have all of the growth that you want, and it doesn't mean anything if all of the new income and wealth is going to the top 1%.
Clinton and former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley both challenged Sanders on gun safety legislation.
It's time to stand up and pass comprehensive gun safety legislation.
And the views on gun control in rural states are different than in urban states, whether we like it or not.
This first debate was a chance for the lower polling candidates to introduce themselves to voters.
I am very clear about my principles.
I have had no scandals.
I've also spent more than half of my professional life away from politics.
4 of the 5 candidates, all but Jim Webb, specifically mentioned climate change in their opening remarks. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Las Vegas.
CNN kept a 6th podium at the ready in case Vice President Biden announced his candidacy before the debate began. It doesn't appear he showed up. All right, there were a number of watch parties across Central Illinois for tonight's Democratic debate. WMBD's Marvis Herring stopped by at one at the Lariat Club in Peoria tonight. Marvis, what were you hearing?
Paul, people at the Lariat Club tonight had one candidate they were rooting for from the start, Hillary Clinton, but they're not knocking her competitors. People who went to the watch party told me they're mostly concerned about what candidates had to say about issues that affect them and their families most. They included opportunities for the middle class, affordable college tuition, and health care for everyone. State Senator Dave Kaler says he's rooting for Clinton, but there was some good discussion tonight.
I think that Senator Clinton, Secretary Clinton has been kind of the focus because she's seen as the front runner. But I like things that all the candidates are saying. I just when I make my selection for who I want to support, I want to look at somebody who really has a very broad and experienced background and somebody who can lead and be president. And I think she's it.
And there were a number of other issues people say that they were glad to see discussed, but many agreed that they were happy to see Sanders call for people to stop focusing on Clinton's emails. Paul.
All right, thanks, Marvis. High school students returning to school after a classmate was killed over the weekend. Tommy Forrest was shot inside a home early Saturday morning during a sleepover. As WMBD reported last night, convicted felon Alex Collins was arrested and charged with the teenager's death, but police are still looking for other suspects. Funeral arrangements for Forrest are set. Visitation will be held this Saturday morning at 9 at St. Paul Baptist Church on Forest Hill. Funeral service will follow at 10 o'clock, also at St. Paul. Today we spoke with 2 of Forrest's classmates. Therapy dogs and volunteers were available on the school's campus today. The principal contacted Lutheran Church Charities, a nationwide group, and 10 dogs and volunteers showed up early this morning. Volunteers say you could see the comfort the dogs provided during this difficult time.
You can see people start to relax as they pet the dog, and sometimes they'll start to talk about their grief. Sometimes they just cry. Sometimes it's just that little moment of normalcy that gives them an opportunity to just take a breath and really let the healing begin.
Volunteers came from the Chicago area and Davenport, Iowa. New tonight, the District 150 School Board beginning its meeting with a moment of silence for Tommy Forrest III, as well as the 3 other students injured in this weekend's shooting. Superintendent complimented everyone who helped the students and staff this week.
I would ask that we not forget Tommy and others whose lives have been impacted by the violence within our community.
Dr. Karat updated the board saying the internal crisis team saw 225 students as well as several staff members. People from the crisis team were at several schools. Also tonight, the board approved an amendment to pay 3 Peoria police officers at 3 high schools. It's a cut from 5 police officers, which actually took place earlier this year. But District 150 officials tell us the amendment reinstates an agreement that provides a grant for the city to provide 2 additional police officers. Superintendent of District 150 also introducing a new recognition program for schools.
We believe attendance is very, very important. If the kids are not here, we're not able to educate them.
The district will now recognize the most improved attendance on a monthly basis. Manual Academy was in first place, improving its attendance from 84 to 89.5% from the same time last year. Woodruff came in second place with a 5% improvement. Peoria High earned third, improving its attendance by 4%. Bloomington Police one step closer to making a decision about body cameras. City Council listened to a presentation on the issue last night. Council members spoke with police discussing the pros and cons of the cameras. One of the biggest issues is privacy. Some experts say having the officers wear the cameras has proven to increase safety. Now, the city is using a grant to test several types of cameras.
We will kind of look at some different vendors, look at them on paper, talk to other agencies who use some of these various vendors with the products, and eventually narrow our choices down to what we would like to conduct a test on.
Bloomington's mayor expects officers to start wearing those body cameras in January. The layoffs planned for the Illinois Conservation Police are being postponed indefinitely. Letters were sent to affected state employees telling them of the change. WMBD told you last month about the state's plan to lay off dozens of conservation police officers because lawmakers and the governor haven't been able to agree on a budget. One of those employees tells us the postponement is good news, but the possibility of being let go remains stressful. A story now from our Capitol newsroom. Governor Rauner wants to see a Chicago landmark sold to save money. The governor announced plans to put the James R. Thompson Center up for auction. The State of Illinois Center houses many agencies and services. Rauner says the building has fallen into disrepair. And as Matt Porter explains, it seems likely by closing the Thompson Center, at least part of his vision will become a reality.
Move our government employees out into existing space that the state of Illinois has in Springfield and in the city of Chicago. And put this building on the market.
Well, Governor Bruce Rauner says selling the 17-story James R. Thompson Center and moving employees to other properties could save up to $12 million a year. He says the building is deteriorating with $100 million in needed repairs. Taxpayers say sell if it helps the bottom line.
If you can sell the building because it's old, I mean, go ahead. I think that's a great idea to sell it.
While the Thompson Center's unique architecture has been problematic for state workers.
Before I retired, when I had to go up there for business, I never really enjoyed being up there and using the hearing rooms and offices and whatever.
The decision to sell the almost 1 million square foot building with 2,200 workers won't be easy. Former Governor Rod Blagojevich tried and failed to move the building a decade ago.
That's going to create a lot of angst and certainly controversy, so this is not an issue that's going to be settled very easily.
The biggest winner of a sale could be Springfield, which has seen thousands of state jobs move to Chicago.
It's had a big impact. It's not like it used to be 20, 30 years ago, so Springfield would welcome it for sure.
It's unclear whether the sale will need legislative approval, and so far neither Speaker Madigan nor President Cullerton have commented on the idea. Still ahead, the way drivers in Illinois can support cancer research as they hit the road. Plus, an investigation into a controversial pill price. What has the New York Attorney General looking into the cost?
Had a pretty decent day across central Illinois, but we do have some cooler temperatures moving in. 70 degrees the high today, but could our first frost be knocking on the door? We'll have that forecast coming up.
You're watching WMBD News at 10 in high definition with Paul Cicchini, Maria Chandler, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WMBD News at 10. Central Illinois proud. This portion of WMBD News brought to you by The Shops at Grand Prairie. Come find your style.
Come find your style at the shops at Grand Prairie.
Hey, it's Chevy Truck Month at Up Train Weston in Peoria, and we're taking every Chevy truck deal and making it better. This month, drive home a new Silverado double cab for only $299 a month, or save $10,000 on a crew cab 4x4. Now that's Truck Month savings at Up Train Weston Chevy Cadillac.
Sweating all day and night with no end in sight? Get trouble-free. Chilled to the bone in your own home? Get trouble-free. Got brown water in your bath and toilet? Get trouble-free. Don't waste your time and money with a dying unit. Call Trouble-Free today. We use American-made, professional-grade, hard-working machines. You can rest assured that our systems will work season after season with little maintenance. Call Trouble-Free Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today. Our all-star team will make you smile.
Protect your boats and campers with Peak RV and Marine Antifreeze from Menards. It has superior protection, burst-proof, down to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now, a gallon is just $1.79 after manufacturer rebate. Keep your diesel engine running clean with FVP diesel exhaust fluid. It works with most medium and heavy-duty diesel engines and has an integrated airflow valve that maximizes product flow rate for easy dispensing. A 2.5 gallon is $7.99.
Save big money at Menards.
Hurry into the Acura. It's that kind of summer event.
Visit Bob Lindsay Acura in Peoria for attractive offers on the ILX.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority, WMBD's Chief Meteorologist, Chris Yates.
Welcome back. After a pretty beautiful day, we are now being treated to a wonderful but cool night. This is the current view from East Peoria overlooking downtown Peoria on our Borisberry Lofts is Skycam. 56 degrees. Currently winds are light out of the west at 5 miles per hour. Most locations still in the 50s, but we are seeing some 40s popping up. Galesburg was 49. They're now 51. 46 though in Macomb. 56 here in Peoria. 54 in Bloomington Normal and 56 just south in Lincoln. Mostly clear skies, really not a whole lot going on tonight. That's not going to change over the next 24 hours with high pressure really keeping any active weather at bay for now. But our attention is going to be shifting to the northwest, and I'll show you that more in just a moment. But as we go through tonight, really a quiet one. Skies mostly clear. Not going to expect to see much, maybe of a cloud or two, and that's just about it. Temperature-wise, without that blanket of cloud cover, temperatures tend to drop a bit. So a low of 40 in Galesburg tonight, 42 in Macomb. I think we'll be sitting pretty here at 44 degrees, a little cooler up north, and temperatures also dipping down into the lower 40s down south. But tomorrow, a decent recovery. High temperatures near average, mainly in the mid to upper 60s. 65 in Lincoln, 68 here in town, 67 out in Macomb. In fact, let's send you off to the southwest. If we're going to see any 70-degree temperatures, this is more than likely where they'll end up popping up. Rushville to Beardstown, out towards Savannah and Mason City and Petersburg looking for highs at least to hit 70 degrees. Further north, your temperatures begin to decrease as you head north towards Galesburg into the mid-60s. Right, as I hinted to earlier, we are tracking another system that'll be coming in out of Canada. And of course, anytime you get a storm system coming out of Canada this time of year, it tends to bring with it some cooler temperatures. Now this is going to set off a domino effect because we'll see some more surges of cool air working into the area through the rest of the week. And this is going to reshape the upper level pattern towards the end of this week and through the start of next week. By Friday, we start seeing a ridge of high pressure increasing out west. And of course, that leaves us with a very broad trough as the jet stream dips southward. A lot of cool air then begins to spill southward on the north side of that jet, so it will be chilly. Some areas across New England, mainly in higher elevations, could be looking at their first snow of the season. But for us, it's just going to be chilly. High temperatures during the day on Friday in the lower 60s. Saturday, highs in the lower to mid 50s. But it's overnight. That's when we see the real chill. Temperatures dropping down into the 30s. And for some of us, it may be just cold enough for that first frost of the season. Here's your Southside Bank 8-day outlook. A slight chance of a passing shower on Thursday. Not expecting much in the way of rainfall there. Temperatures then cool Friday, 60 degrees. 54 on Saturday. Low temperatures, though, and getting chilly as we start our morning Saturday and Sunday with lows down into the 30s. I know Friday Night Football, we are keeping our eyes on that. Looks dry, but chilly. Going to have to bring out the coat.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a good idea. But you got to love the kids who
It's fall football weather.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
All right, thanks, Chris. Taking a knee for DVT, the fight one local family is taking against the disease.
The 4K Ultra HD is certainly the latest thing in TVs. Some of those stores you go in, you get tons and tons of cheap stuff, and you gotta go find the nice TVs somewhere along the way. At Sherman's, the majority of what you see is gonna be 4K Ultra HD. You're gonna see a huge selection from the top 3 brands, LG, Samsung, and Sony. And we just ensure that you don't pay more for it. In fact, on every single one of our TVs, every day we go through, we see what Amazon's at, make sure we're the absolute lowest. So when you're ready to upgrade to 4K Ultra HD TV, Sherman's is a place you wanna check out.
We're installing new equipment and advanced technology to improve reliability. It's all part of Ameren, Illinois' 5-year plan to build a stronger energy infrastructure. Along the way, we're also building a stronger economy in central and southern Illinois by hiring more than 800 new employees. I should know, I'm one of them. Ameren, Illinois, energy at work.
KBL Design Center is celebrating its 30th anniversary with our best cabinetry sale ever. KBL's Buy Like a Builder sale. Enjoy true contractor pricing. So get to KBL for our Buy Like a Builder sale. This one-time only sale ends November 30th.
Frontier Business Edge gives small business owners lots of good reasons to switch. Like up to 3-year price protection.
Because I don't like surprises in my budget.
99.9% uptime.
Because I need a network that's on whenever I am.
And 24/7 tech support.
Because when I'm working around the clock, I need support that is too.
Switch to Frontier Business Edge and get business high-speed internet and phone for just $49.98 a month. What will your reason be? Call 1-888-FRONTIER today.
For the first time in history, 7 of the world's greatest magicians come together live on stage. The Illusionists, live from Broadway.
October 21st and 22nd. Tickets are on sale now.
This portion of WMBD News brought to you by Gailey Eye Clinic.
Life is full of adventure. Whether you're experiencing adventures in your own backyard or you're finding new adventures in far-off places, trust Gailey to make sure you're experiencing all the beauty life has to offer with clear vision. Answer the call as life invites you to enjoy yet another adventure. Whether you need new glasses and contacts, cataract surgery, or LASIK, Gailey can light the way to new trails ahead. For a location near you, visit GaileyEyeClinic.com. They're the only eyes you'll ever have. Trust Gailey to make sure they last a lifetime.
You're watching WMBD News at 10.
The drug company under fire for raising the price of an AIDS and cancer drug more than 5,000% is now facing an antitrust probe. The New York State Attorney General is looking into whether Turing Pharmaceuticals is trying to prevent generic versions of Daraprim from being produced. Daraprim is used to treat parasitic infections as well as patients with AIDS and cancer. Shortly after acquiring rights to the drug, Turing raised its price from just over $13 a tablet to $750 per pill. Generic drugs typically force companies to keep prices low. Turing recently pledged to lower the price of Daraprim after protests, but it has yet to do so. 2 years ago, the state agreed to make a specialty plate for childhood cancer, but they're far from their goal. The purchase of a license plate will help raise money for childhood cancer research. Right now, advocates, though, are several hundred plates away from where they need to be to make the specialty plate available. WMBD's Kelsey Gibbs has more from our Capitol newsroom.
I know what I want to be when I get older.
Looking at Zoe Pramick, it's hard to believe throughout most of her young life, she was battling with T-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
I want to go to the University of Chicago and become an Egyptologist.
Now 10 years old and just one treatment to go, she is one of the state's youngest cancer advocates.
I don't have it anymore, but I had cancer and not many things like support childhood cancer.
Zoe doesn't want kids to go through what she did. That's why she is pushing specialty plates for childhood cancer.
I want this to happen because, like I said, not many things support childhood cancer.
In 2013, the General Assembly passed the specialty plates for childhood cancer.
This money goes to research for childhood cancer. It goes to the Children's Oncology Group, and it goes to St. Jude Research Hospital.
But with the deadline fast approaching, they don't know if they will reach the state's goal for specialty plates before the end of the year.
And if we don't meet the 1,500, lawmakers in Springfield have decided no more new specialty plates. So this is the last hurrah.
Lawmakers sent a bill to the governor limiting the number of specialty plates made in Illinois. The legislation will create a universal plate that can be sold to support a variety of charitable causes. If the bill eventually becomes law, the state would no longer issue new plate designs for charitable causes approved by the legislature.
After 2 years of promoting it, we still only have 115.
As for Zoe, she says regardless of the outcome, the fight for childhood cancer continues.
Keep fighting, don't give up.
You don't have to purchase a plate to donate. Now, if you want, you can go to your local Secretary of State. Lots of people across the country are taking a knee for World Thrombosis Day. It has a tragic meaning for one local family. The Hubbards lost their 19-year-old son to deep vein thrombosis back in 2013. They're trying to teach people about the signs, symptoms, and dangers of the condition. Thrombosis is the development of a blood clot. Nearly 200,000 people die in the U.S. every year from blood clots. With the Awareness Day, there's a special way you can show your support.
So we're asking people to do a quick video to just say, hey, I'm taking a knee, and they're literally getting down on one knee, taking a knee for DVT, and I'm challenging all my friends out there to do the same thing.
People from around the world are encouraged to take a knee, and you can post your pictures on one knee on the Devereaux Hubbard II Foundation Facebook page. The Cubs are celebrating their first playoff clinching win at Wrigley Field. Kurt has the highlights and more next in sports.
I'm Tim Sowers of LD Ford. I'm not going to throw a bunch of numbers at you just to confuse you. What I am going to do is this, plain and simple. I promise you the very best car buying experience you've ever had, period. From the price you pay to the service you get. Plus, you will get the Sowers family touch, taking care of you better than anyone else. That's my promise to you. LD Ford, it doesn't get any better than that.
Some families create special traditions and want to keep making more wonderful Christmas memories. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why we bring Toyland back every year.
Oh, they're good.
Starting October 17th, a huge selection of toys like Legos, Star Wars, and Barbie at great Blaine's prices. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Remember, 7 a.m. on October 17th.
The experience I had at Illinois Cancer Care was they became my family and always made me feel like I wasn't sick. They made me feel like I was on the road to getting better.
Illinois Cancer Care offers personalized treatments and compassionate care. We are the leader in cancer care in Central Illinois and are nationally recognized for clinical research. We provide personal genetic testing and the most advanced treatments available. Illinois Cancer Care offers world-class cancer treatment at 12 clinic locations, comfortably close to home.
Welcome to Subway. What can I make for you? You'll love our new rotisserie style chicken. 100% white meat, herb seasoned pulled chicken, slow roasted till it's irresistibly tender, and fresh toasted with melty cheese. We top it off with sweet honey mustard and all the crisp veggies you like on your favorite freshly baked bread. It's a whole new taste from Subway like never before. Our new Subway rotisserie style chicken won't be here for long, so try one today. Subway, eat fresh.
Brought to you by Dan and Sean Cusack. Visit CusackLawIllinois.com.
Dan and Sean Cusack know every case is unique and every client is important. Hire the team with proven results in workers' compensation and personal injury. Call 637-5282 today.
It's always a great time to update your flooring. Ron's Carpets has an unmatched selection for over 20 years. 1003 Northeast Adams, Peoria.
Just arrived a truckload of Morton 40-pound bag water softener salt, solar $3.99, System Saver 2 for $9. UFS about 10 minutes from anywhere.
Now, your local sports with WMBD's Kurt Fegler.
How rare is this? Since the Cubs last won the World Series in 1908, they have won exactly 2 playoff series. The second coming against the Cardinals tonight. Cubs fans pouring into Wrigley Field hoping to see a clinching win today, and they see the Cards jump out to a 2-0 lead. 2 hitters into the game. Stephen Piscotty, a 2-run blast off Jason Hamill. However, the Cubs would answer with a 4-run second. Ex-Peoria Chief Javier Baez, an opposite field blast. That's a 3-run shot to the seats and right. Cubs with a 4-2 advantage. It's 4-3 in the 6th. Pinch hitter Brandon Moss of the Cardinals singles to right. Tying run scores. Tony Perez is the go-ahead run, but Jorge Solera, another former Peoria Chief, shoots him down at the plate, keeping the game at a 4-4 tie. But the Cubs blast 2 more homers. Anthony Rizzo in the 6th, Kyle Schwarber in the 7th. We'll show you the final out in a moment, but the Cubs are winners, 6-4.
In the beginning of the year, they had us late a lot of games, and I thought they were out-experiencing us early in the season. We'd have leads. I said before, when I opened this up, they don't quit, man. That team does not quit. They got a bunch of pros over there, and they're used to winning.
We had an opportunity maybe to get back home and do things differently, but they took advantage of the opportunities they had.
And here's that final out. Carlos Rodon striking out Stephen Piscotty. The Cubs clinch the series. They'll play either the Dodgers or the Mets in the League Championship Series starting on Saturday. The Dodgers beat the Mets 3-2 in Game 4 of their series tonight. That forces a Game 5 Thursday night. From postseason baseball to the start of the postseason in soccer in Illinois, small school regionals, and watch this play by Peoria Christian's John Wieben, the defender, turns his back. He takes the ball, takes it himself. He's going to beat the Macomb goalie, slide it into the net for a Chargers goal. Later in the first half, it's All-Stater Josiah Whelan placing a perfect cross to Andrew Dalton, and the Chargers advance with a 7-0 victory. Second game of the regional has Illini Bluffs taking on Depew, and early on Depew's Adrian Perez feeds David Moreno, takes a crack at the box, but Braden Cox with a nice save for IB. Lucas Sondergrath's going to give Logan Webb a shot here, but his pass slips through. 3-1, Depew advances with an overtime win. Washington can clinch the Mid-Illini Soccer Championship with a win or a draw at Morton. The Potters nearly get on the board in the first, but Washington's Nicholas Zamuto clears the danger here. Closing seconds of the game, Washington's Bryce Spalding comes within inches of winning it for the Panthers, but it's ruled a no goal. The game ends a scoreless draw. Washington is your Mid-Illini champion. Volley for the Cure night in Pekin. The hosts in the Mid-Illini co-leading Morton Potters wearing Pekin uniforms. Pekin in the near court. That's Hannah Thompson with a big swing and the kill for Pekin. Morton was, however, really good. Haley Dullard with that point. Later it's Elizabeth Redhead setting up Emily Mouchon. And Morton wins in 2. Limestone trying to keep its share of the conference volleyball lead with a win at home tonight against Metamora. Rockets setter Megan Thompson gives Brittany Robinson a perfect set for that big point. Later, Metamora is going to run a quick set to Maddie Stott for the big smash here. However, the Rockets win again on their home floor. Brooke Hammer is going to stuff this Metamora attack. Limestone takes it in 3 to stay tied atop the conference. More high school sports, including a story on Notre Dame football standout Luke Shadid at our website, ciproud.com. Briefly, IVC Princeville Tremont among the other volleyball winners tonight. U-High won its soccer regional opener as well. Finally, they're still celebrating the Cubs' win over the Cardinals in the division series, and get this, it's the first time the Cubs have ever clinched a playoff series in the ballpark at Clark and Addison Streets in Chicago. Memorable. News is back in a couple of minutes.
This portion of WMBD News is brought to you by
where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
UFS, famous for deals on Adams Street, downtown Peoria. 10 minutes from anywhere.
How's Jim?
Better. He's coming home soon, and I'm going to assure that he doesn't fall again.
Really?
I listened to you and called Bathfitter. Bathfitter came into our home and turned our old tub into a beautiful new walk-in shower. They took care of everything, the shower seat, safety bars, and even the shower doors. Now we can safely stay in our home longer.
Call Bathfitter today for your free in-home estimate. Bathfitter, we're the perfect fit.
It's Steger's Amazing Fall Sale. 40% off store-wide. And get 4 years interest-free or 15% cash discount. Save on gorgeous furniture store-wide. Now during the Amazing Fall Sale. Get it all at Steger's Furniture in Pekin.
Get the best kitchen for less at Hamptons.
It doesn't cost more to create an amazing kitchen. Hamptons gives you free design and free delivery. That's huge.
Marillet quality, Marillet price, Marillet extras.
We're Hamptons. It's what we do.
Through the end of October, Bart Optical, get progressive, no-line bifocals for just $99. Right now at Bart Optical, get an exam, contacts, and glasses for only $149. Bart Optical, vision for life.
Hi, I'm Leonard with Verlo Mattress. For years you've heard me talking about the quality of our mattresses and the services we provide, like up to 15-year comfort guarantee. Well, now we're going to give you the opportunity to save some real money as well. For a limited time, if you buy one mattress, Verlo's giving you 50% off on a second mattress. But if you don't need two, we'll give you 50% off on a second side, giving you the opportunity to buy a two-sided mattress. And as always, we offer free local delivery and removal. Stop by the store and let's see what Verlo can do to help you.
Peoria Architectural Salvage. We carry a variety of antique building materials. If you're demoing or remodeling a 1950s or older building, we buy salvage as well. Visit our Facebook page or call Peoria Architectural Salvage, preserving and promoting Peoria's architectural heritage.
0 for 75 plus factory rebates. It's the Chrysler Anniversary Celebration at Uftring and Pekin. This month, get 0 for 75 on new vans plus extra factory rebates. Choose from over 90 in stock, plus a free car wash with every test drive. It's easy at UfteringPekin.com.
Is Xfinity Internet faster than a NASCAR pit crew? Let's find out. I bet we can download a whole album faster than they can finish this pit stop.
They move real fast.
Ready, set, go.
They just started changing tires. Look how fast that's going.
It's looking pretty fast.
We're down to one song left, and we're done. And they're still going.
Wow.
How long did that download take? Less than 10 seconds.
I would love that type of speed.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet. Or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com today.
You're watching WMDD News at 10.
I know it's still early in the week, but I think we're all looking ahead to Friday because it's Football Friday, and of course now the Cubs card series is over, so we just have to wait until the end of the week before the next series starts. Right? But it's baseball weather, it's football weather.
It's a little bit of everything. Tonight, 44 degrees, chilly night, Starfield sky. Tomorrow, 60.